Welcome to Triad News 360 for Tuesday, October 31st. I'm Jocelyn Gansert.
And I'm Ashton Keith. Coming up next, we'll have the latest on the tragedies at Elon and Grambling, as well as a baseball stadium and Amazon development plans in the area.
And watch one of our reporters undergo a Halloween transformation.
Happy Halloween from Triad News 360. I'm Amy He, and today with me I have Madison Johnson and Kate Rabowski, who will be doing a Halloween makeup look live throughout the show. And we have Madison right here with her little pet. Maddo, tell me a little about your pet right here.
Well, this is Kirby. He and I are going as a pirate, obviously, our duo. We're on our way to an awesome costume contest. He's got his cute little skull bandana, and he's very much a real bird chilling on my shoulder.
So calm.
What are you going to be made up as?
I think I'm going as
the Joker. So we're going to do a creepy Joker smile.
We'll be back later with the progress. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Amy and Kate. Can't wait to see the final look.
Authorities are looking into the weekend death of an Elon University student. Breslin Wiley was found dead in his off-campus home on 216 East Foster Drive early Saturday afternoon. Wiley's death was unexpected and is being treated as if an incident of self-harm.
Wiley was an Elon Club basketball player and an engineering physics major. The Chesterfield County native attended Cosby High School. The cause of his death is still being investigated.
Alan M. Wayne, a freshman at Grambling State University, is facing first-degree murder charges after shooting and killing two Grambling State students, Earl Andrews and Marquarius Caldwell. The shooting took place last Tuesday after Wayne got into an altercation with the two students inside of a campus dorm. Wayne turned himself into the police last Thursday.
Earl Andrews and Marquarius Caldwell were cousins, and authorities think that Caldwell got killed when trying to defend his cousin.
This is understandably a difficult time for all college students, and especially the times for those families and friends who are grieving during the Grambling University and Elon deaths.
What would thousands of new jobs mean to the Triad?
Triad 360 reporter Isabel Germina went into the city and found out some more information on the job possibilities.
Isabel now joins us with what the Triad might expect. Isabel?
Thanks, Jocelyn. So 50,000 new jobs and billions of dollars of investments don't just show up on the front door of City Hall. Amazon has announced its plan for a new headquarters, and every city in America wants them to build it in their backyard. For it to land in the Triad, it takes lots of planning, futuristic thinking, and a little bit of hope.
The intersection of English and North Main is quiet on most days, but a $5 billion investment and 50,000 new jobs could completely change not only the traffic pattern in the center of High Point, but traffic towards small businesses like the Cozy Cannoli, a bakery about to open its doors near East Chester Drive.
Well, I just heard about it last week, and I think that it's a good opportunity for the Triad. I don't know the business end of it, but Amazon is huge, and I think it would make a really good impact on the Triad.
Well, anytime you get a large project, it's beneficial for the whole region, not just for whatever city it might happen to be in. A project of this size changes things.
When Amazon announced in early September that it would build a second headquarters, hundreds of cities and states scrambled to put together a bid for the massive investment. The Triad was among them.
Well, here in the Greensboro, High Point, Winston-Salem area, we submitted 6 locations to the company for their consideration for the Amazon HQ2 project.
And not only would jobs be created for people in the area, but it's likely that people from across the country would move to the location of the new headquarters for new opportunities.
Well, it's always a combination of local people getting the current jobs, new people moving in, and then when people change, leave, when new positions become available, current people fill in those slots. So it's good news to have that kind of churn. You want good jobs for people already living here, and we need to move people here. We have lots of empty houses in the region still.
I'm originally from New Jersey, so I'm trying to bring a little bit of that New Jersey down to North Carolina, so like other people that are relocating from states like New York, New Jersey, Florida, California, I think we could give them a little taste of home.
For Triad News 360, I'm Isabel Germino.
With about 25% of adults in High Point unemployed and without benefits, and with about 1/3 of children living below the poverty line, those jobs would mean a lot to the Triad. Ashton, Jocelyn?
Those jobs would be very welcome, regardless of what city, but it would be nice to see them here.
Thank you, Isabel.
But more new jobs may be much closer for High Point.
The High Point City Council is moving forward with its plans to build a new baseball stadium on this site, from East Ray Drive to Martin Luther King Jr. Drive.
It is estimated to bring over $200 million of investments into the city of High Point downtown.
The City of High Point recently voted 8-1 with the Zoning Commission's approval to move forward on the stadium plans.
60% of the cost of the project will be covered by parking ticket surcharges, naming rights, and the lease for the team.
The other 40% was where there's been some disagreements. The original plan was to have the City of Guilford County to split the cost 20% each.
But with the county commissioners putting the project on hold for 60 to 90 days, the City of High Point has voted to move forward on their own and take the entire 40% for the local funding.
As with all politics, there will always be more of an issue to come.
But what do the average voters and residents of High Point think of the new stadium?
Triad News 360 went to the Piedmont Farmers Market to hear what folks think about having their own baseball team.
I love the idea. You're talking to the former public address announcer for the Greensboro Grasshoppers. So I have a feeling that this is going to cause a renaissance in High Point just as it did in downtown Greensboro.
I'm sure it would help the economy, it would help the school, it would bring more attracting more kids to the school and bring some people in to watch games. I think it sounds like a pretty good idea.
I don't see anything negative about it. I think it would be very profitable for High Point. And the area where it's going to be, I think it would be good.
I believe it will be a financial prosperity for the whole city of High Point if we could provide a stadium that would give jobs. It'll also give places for people to go and have fun, and also it's near where I work.
I think initially it may not be a big boom, but eventually, looking at what we have now in Greensboro as well as Winston-Salem, it's going to be a good thing for the city.
The stadium is also a big issue for this upcoming mayoral race on November 7th.
The two candidates running for mayor of High Point are Jay Wagner and Bruce Davis. Wagner has been mayor for 5 years, and Bruce Davis has served on the county commissioners. Both men support the building of a new baseball stadium and have served the community.
There are election signs growing out of the lawns in the community, and it's great seeing so many people taking part in local government.
In an area filled with drugs, hunger, and crime, both men have made an emphasis of their campaign to bring safety back to High Point.
Get out and get your voice heard in the local election. November 7th will tell who will the community of High Point trust to lead. It would be nice to see baseball talent, but there's also other talent in High Point.
That's right. Stars were made this weekend when locals hit the stage at High Point's Got Talent. Triad News 360 reporter Courtney Wallen was there as contestants showed off their stuff in the spotlight.
High Point is known for furniture, but who knew High Point has talent too?
Sing along with me, sing along with me.
Not only do they show it off, but they also compete. This is High Point Has Talent, an annual contest where contestants take the stage to show off their stuff. House manager Karen Rimmer shared her excitement about this year's talent.
I like the auditions because you get to see all the people come in, the newness of it, what is the raw talent for the whole year.
This is also round 2 of the competition.
Around here think I'm crazy, but I don't care.
Preliminary auditions were held in September, whittling it down to about 25 acts.
But there ain't nothing gonna stop it now, 'cause I'm almost there.
The contestants shared nerves and excitement.
It definitely takes a lot of guts to stand up on stage by yourself in front of some judges.
Of course, this isn't the TV show, but a big event for those who took on the stage. Well done.
The sights and smells of great barbecue. Nothing like this time of year.
The one and only barbecue festival was held in Lexington on Saturday. It has been an annual event since the first festival in 1984.
Lots of local bands covering some great songs from the 60s. Lots of dancing in the streets.
And dishing out some of the best barbecue around. Is there anything better than North Carolina barbecue?
Along with the barbecue, there was also some BMX riders doing stunts, an antique car show, and lots of live music.
This is the best time of year for all the fall festivals. Great eats.
It is getting easier on your wallet to get to the local festivals. Gas prices have been coming down over the past month.
Just before Hurricane Harvey slammed into the Texas coast, gas prices in the Triad were about $2.20 per gallon. A couple of days after, prices shot up to over $2.70.
Most of the gas in the Triad comes from the Houston area. Hurricane Harvey put a major hurt on the gas production.
It has been over 10 weeks and gas prices are slowly going down. You can find prices in the $2.30 range and even lower if you're lucky.
Always amazing how fast gas prices can go up and down and how long it takes for them to come back down again.
The high cost of housing in California has led to an overcrowding in homeless communities. The lack of hygiene in some encampments has resulted in a bigger problem.
There's been a recent spike in reported cases of hepatitis A among the homeless population in cities such as Los Angeles, Santa Cruz, and San Diego.
The homeless population in San Diego alone rose 14% in the past year, and that is where the start of the outbreak is believed to have occurred.
California health officials believe the epidemic has infected more than 500 people statewide since March. In San Diego, a total of 19 people have died as a result of hepatitis A, the majority of them being homeless.
Kate has been doing my makeup for about 10 minutes now, I think, and we are simply working on the latex.
Yeah, we're making some progress. I'm adding layers upon layers of liquid latex to create texture and 3D effect so we can make it into a scar later on.
This sounds like fun. Back to you guys in the studio. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Amy and Kate. Can't wait to see the final results.
After the break, we go trick-or-treating live with one of our reporters around High Point.
And could you survive the scare that was Spooky Woods?
We will be right back.
Must love your country. The peace cannot outweigh the whole. Solidarity, unity, and compliance. The longevity of
When did this become reality? Do you know your First Amendment rights?
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Triad News 360. I'm Ashton Keith.
And I'm Jocelyn Ganser. Hope you all are having happy Halloweens. One of our students' favorite events is to get into the spirit around here is to go to Spooky Woods.
Triad News 360 sent a group of reporters to visit a haunted house in Guilford County.
Joining us now in the studio is Triad News 360 reporter Molly Saab with all the Walking Dead and scary clowns. Molly?
Spooky Woods is a great place to go for the spirit of Halloween. The people there put a lot of time and effort into the evening, so you and your friends will never forget.
A girl getting chased by a chainsaw? That's not a rare sight at Spooky Woods in Archdale, North Carolina, with the chainsaw, of course.
What was the scariest part?
Chainsaws!
The chainsaws?
I had a blast. It was really fun. We drove about 2 hours to get here.
It is about humans and pigs. They both taste the same. And I don't see no pigs out here to you. So what I do is I cut you from your rooter to your tutor and break you down like you some pork chops. They have laser tag with zombies in a corn maze before you even hit the main attraction, the haunted house. With more than 100 volunteers dressed up in extravagant costumes to scare people. The haunted house takes about an hour and a half to walk through, so you're guaranteed to be scared.
no chains on the chainsaws, just a lot of noise. They really put on a great show, and they were very helpful to us in allowing our cameras in and showing you some of the more scary moments. Ashton, Jocelyn?
Yeah, I'd run if someone chased me with a chainsaw.
Me too, Molly. How long does it take the Folks to get ready for the show?
It takes about 3.5 hours for them to do all their makeup.
I can imagine taking a long time with all those people. Sounds like you had a good time. Thank you so much, Molly. I look pretty scared. Do you think you can handle it?
Oh gosh, no. I don't even think I would step foot near it.
Not a huge haunted house guy myself.
Speaking of scary costumes, High Point trick-or-treating is underway.
That's right. Hope you all stocked up on your candy because the High Point kids are taking the streets by storm.
Let's join Triad News 360 reporter Graylin Glover, who is live with some of the more tamer spirits of Halloween. Graylin?
Thanks, Ashton and Jocelyn. Happy Halloween, everyone. I'm here at the Emerywood neighborhood where the one and only Nito Cubain lives. And I'm here just looking out for trick-or-treaters. So far, there hasn't been a lot. Like, I heard there were, so that's why I came here. But to the right of me, you can see a couple of cars. People dropping off trick-or-treaters. So it's a little bit live. I talked to a couple residents, and they said attendance this year is not like it's been any other year. So it's kind of sad, but hopefully it picks up later tonight. It's only 7 o'clock, so we'll see. I'm Triad News reporter Graylin Glover. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Gray. I miss trick-or-treating so much. We'll have to go after this.
I miss all the candy. But speaking of Halloween, let's go check in with Amy and Kate on the live makeup transformation. Amy?
So I believe Kate is done with all the latex part of our makeup.
Yes. So I've done a bunch of layers of latex, and now I'm going in with tweezers and cutting out a scar between the smile. And that's where we're going to end up putting the red and all the blood and gore.
Sounds really exciting. Can't wait till the rest. Back to you guys.
If anyone needs any last-minute Halloween looks, you should definitely have to catch Katie after this. Jocelyn, what are you going to do this year?
Oh gosh, I don't know, but I guess I'm going to ask Kate to do my makeup when we leave.
I don't even have a costume yet, so don't even worry about it.
We'll be right back with sports and the final makeup look revealed after the break.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Must love your country. The peace cannot outweigh the whole. Solidarity, unity, and compliance. The longevity of our
When did this become reality? Do you know your First Amendment rights?
Welcome back to HPU News. I'm Jocelyn Gansert.
And I'm Ashton Keith.
Joining us is Triad News 360 Sports Report, Colin Giuliani. How's the High Point University team doing?
Thanks, Jocelyn. Let's start with soccer. As the High Point men's soccer team won their second ever Big South regular season championship on Saturday night, and their first since 2010. The Panthers defeated Presbyterian 1-0 off of a goal by Siggy Benyanison with 3 seconds left in the game. With the win, High Point receives the #1 seed in the Big South tournament and an automatic bye into the semifinals on November 8th. The Panthers wrap up the regular season on Wednesday at Longwood. The top-seeded High Point women's soccer team has advanced to the semifinals of the Big South tournament for the 6th time in a row. The Panthers beat Winthrop 2-0 in the quarterfinal on Friday night with goals from seniors Paige Rombach and Michelle Michike. High Point will play 4th-seeded Campbell this Friday at 4 o'clock at Bryan Park in Greensboro. The Panthers are looking to bring home the Big South Championship for the 6th time in school history and for the first time since 2014. The High Point women's volleyball team won their 15th straight match, which is the longest winning streak in Division I. On Saturday, the Panthers defeated Presbyterian 3-0 as Katie Doring earned Big South Freshman of the Week honors. Next up, the Panthers host Charleston Southern on Friday and Winthrop on Saturday in their final home game of the season for senior night. High Point then closes out the regular season on November 11th at Radford. The High Point women's cross country team won the Big South Championship this past weekend at Liberty, winning their 3rd title in the last 4 years. The Panthers were led by Famke Heinst, who won the individual title. 9 High Point runners finished inside the top 20, with 5 earning all Big South honors. With the win, the Panthers will be participating in the NCAA Southeast Regional Championships on November 10th in Earlysville, Virginia. The High Point men's cross country team finished 6th at the Big South Championships on Saturday in Lynchburg, Virginia. Freshman Hossein Boychark earned all Big South honors, placing 8th in the 8K. Freshman teammate Ciro Pina Cardonia finished 28th. The Panthers will be back in action at the NCAA Southeast Regional on November 10th in Earlysville, Virginia. The High Point men's golf team teed off this morning in the final round of the East Bay Deli Classic in Kiawah Island, South Carolina. Senior Emile Menard shot a 5 under 67 yesterday and entered the day tied for the lead through 2 rounds. The tournament just wrapped up a few minutes ago, and High Point finished 9th overall, tied with Winthrop. The Panthers will remain in South Carolina this week as they will compete in the battle at Stono Ferry in Charleston this weekend. And finally, the High Point men's basketball team is getting geared up for the new season. The Panthers scrimmaged NC-A&T this past Sunday and will compete against Averett in an exhibition match this upcoming Sunday at 2 o'clock at the Millis Center. High Point has added freshmen Denny Slay, Justin Mutz, and Caden Sanchez, and they brought on transfer Sam Berlin, Brandon Kamga, and Jahad Proctor. They will debut for the Panthers after sitting out last season. High Point will start its regular season on Friday, November 10th at home against William & Mary. That's all I've got for High Point Sports. Ashley and Jocelyn, back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Colin. It sounds like things are going really well. Good to hear our very own Triad News 360 reporter Emile Menard is playing well.
I'm so proud of him. I mean, it's a shame he gets to miss out on the Halloween festivities, but hey, he's doing great. You know where he is.
The student athlete life is definitely hard.
He's definitely experiencing some warmer weather down in Kiawah Island. That is a beautiful golf course.
Not much of a warm weather guy myself, but glad to.
Because it's been a little chilly up here.
It has been a little chilly up here.
But hey, what do you think people are going to do in this chilly weather for costumes? What's the most exciting costume you've seen?
So far, definitely a Twinkie.
A Twinkie?
A Twinkie.
Oh gosh, I don't think anything beats that. I've seen a lot of clowns this year, and I'm not a big clown person.
A lot of clowns.
But I definitely think it's because of the new It movie.
I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be yet, but
you should be a clown.
You should be a clown. I thought about Batman or Robin, but
oh, that you need to have a sidekick.
Sidekick? Okay. I'm Batman. You're Robin.
Okay. Well, now we're going to check in on some of the action from our own studio. Kate, how's the Halloween makeup look going?
It's going well. We're pretty much done. I'm just adding some of the blood and gore. As you can see, her scars are all gooey and scarred up, and it's looking good.
Oh, yeah. High five.
I'm a little terrified by how this is gonna look, because I haven't looked in the mirror at all. But back to you guys.
That's all for tonight. For Triad News 360, I'm Ashton Keith.
And I'm Jocelyn. Good night, High Point.